These are huge changes the Biden administration is making, especially as regards immigration, reversing many of former President Donald Trump's policies. I want to bring in now managing partner of Adidayo Sotinwa tax advisor and attorney at law, PLLC, a niche tax immigration law firm in New York. Mr. Sotinwa has over 10 years extensive tax and legal experience and practices law in New York and in Nigeria. He joins us now from New York, where he lives. So, Mr. Sotinwa, thank you for joining me on the program.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure joining you today.
I was just talking about the huge changes that the Biden administration is making, reversing former President Donald Trump's immigration policies and kind of resurrecting some of the policies from the Obama administration. What do you think?
The newly sworn-in president, President Joe Biden, is taking a pro-immigration approach. Is a departure from what his predecessor had. President Donald Trump had a staunch anti-immigration policy, and you can see from the blitz of executive orders signed by the new president, which is reversing what President Trump had in place. The commonly called Muslim ban, specifically targeting countries highly dominated by Muslims, restricting them from entering the United States, have been lifted. Other sweeping immigration reforms by this president is also on the table. He has an immigration reform plan that he plans to send to the Congress, making a pathway for over 11 million undocumented immigrants to a pathway to citizenship. This can take between 5 and 8 years, depending on the circumstances. But in a nutshell, the tone of this president is that America is reopening itself back to the world, lifting all restrictions, opening its doors, and other ancillary issues as well, which shows that America is a welcoming country and a country of immigrants, if I may borrow the word of the 44th President, Barack Obama.
The country, Nigeria, was put on the same list as countries with a travel ban. And I remember the Trump administration slamming at least 2 of those travel bans on Nigeria. First was the pause, I think, on certain classes of visas. And then the other was for Nigeria to do more vetting, on citizens applying for visas and then sharing that information with the U.S. government. Explain to our viewers, if you can, exactly what President Biden's reversal means for Nigerians who had come under these visa restrictions.
The new administration lifted those restrictions, which will make it easier for Nigerians that want to permanently immigrate under legal circumstances, and also Nigerians that also want to travel just for visit or tourism and business reasons. This will make traveling and immigration between both countries more easier. As it affects Nigeria, if you can remember, visa procedures such as the waiver for interview was also restricted, whereby people that have regular visas to the United States, they didn't have to go through the process of attending an in-person interview in the consulate, either in Lagos or in Abuja or in Kaduna. Those restrictions have also been lifted. So this will make things easier for both countries, considering the fact that Nigeria is the biggest economy in Africa, and it is the second largest trading partner in Africa with the United States. There are a lot of business opportunities between the both countries.
Saying that this is, an action that the new president, Joe Biden, took almost immediately after being inaugurated, you think it makes you wonder, how important these immigration policies are to the new administration and how important immigration is. What does it mean? What do you think it means for the Biden administration? Probably, would this indicate, the direction that the Biden administration's foreign policy may be tending towards?
Yes. President Joe Biden has set a tone, an ambitious tone that this is a pro-immigration administration. And it is on record that foreign-born nationals living in the United States contribute over 2 trillion annually to the US economy. In every 10 jobs created in the United States, one is created by a foreign-born national. So the advantages of immigration is very critical for advancement of the economy, for peace, for resilience, and to nurture the diversity which America is based upon. And America is a melting pot. So immigration is critical. The predecessor in office had a staunch anti-immigration stand. It showed that this was not welcoming in the world. It shut America from other global allies and competitors. And it has been seen, according to research, that immigration is necessary for economic prosperity, for national security, and to nurture the diversity of America. So based on what this president has done right on day one, whereby he rejoined the WHO, he entered the Paris Climate Accord again, these are clear signals that this is a pro-immigration administration. Notwithstanding that I am emphasizing that it is a pro-immigration administration, it also ensures that immigration is done lawfully and legally. That is the tone this administration has set.
But wasn't that also what the previous administration wanted, for legal migration to take place? I'm wondering how, reversing these policies and then renewing others actually help America deal with its immigration problems. The Trump administration already complained, as you already know, that there were millions of Nigerians staying in the U.S. overstaying their visas. They complained about people coming also from Muslim-majority countries, also causing security concerns. And then you also have those at the land borders trying to get in illegally, still on compassionate grounds.
Yes, the prior administration, one of the rallying cry of his campaign with his supporters was the slogan, "Build a wall." I think his plan was to build a southern wall between the United States and Mexico. The United States and Mexico, they have a border, they have a close border. They have a relationship spanning back centuries. They are big trading partners. And if you look at some of the draconian immigration policies of the prior administration, whereby they were separating children from their families or their guardian that were accompanying them, and this caused a lot of outrage within the civil society, and even the Congress objected to it. You also mentioned about immigrants or visitors overstaying their temporary visas.
Yep.
If that is an issue whereby you violate that, you have violated the immigration law. But the United States encourage lawful immigration as long as you stay within the ambit of the law.
Do you think that, this policy reversals will also impact on chain migration? That was something that the former president discouraged. The fact that you have people over there trying to put in papers for you to make your way over there. President Trump put a pause on that. Would these reversals also affect that?
The family unit, it's one of the most important units, not only in America, but also in the world. A man or a woman that has relatives, a son, or a brother or a father, immediate family member, should be able, as a privilege, to file papers or documents to bring their loved ones and live together in peace and harmony. The reversal by this president definitely will encourage people to still be able to file for their dependents, be it nuclear dependent or even sometimes, as the law permits, extended dependence, if you can show credible evidence of being connected with such persons.
One, I'm sure you get tons of questions on a regular basis about immigration to the United States. How have you, dealt with cases of illegal migration, people overstaying their visas? And then what's the mistake that people keep making when they're trying to emigrate to the U.S.?
There's so many processes or options where you can take depending on the category where you fall into. Be it a family-based immigration whereby somebody is petitioning for their dependents or their immediate relatives, be it a business visa, uh, H-1B, be it a EB-5 or even the E-2 visa, uh, be it even the diversity visa lottery. So those are so many processes whereby you can use to immigrate. Sometimes people come on vacation and overstay their stay and stay behind for several reasons, which I would not want to get into at this point. But that being said, if you have overstayed um, your stay in the United States, there are ways um, whereby you have to go through the lawful means to regularize it.
It almost sounds like you're kind of like encouraging those who overstay. I mean, what is it that you do exactly when you're handling such cases?
When I'm handling such cases, I always advise my clients to follow the process and the laws. The laws are clear. Do not breach the law. As long as you don't breach the law, I believe so many people overstay for several reasons. I'm not in support of illegal immigration. There's so many people facing persecution back in their countries of origin. There's so many other people facing extreme hardship. Those are grounds whereby you can file an asylum, but I oppose unlawful or illegal immigration. I always tell my clients, follow the immigration laws and regulations.
Yeah, but you know that Nigerians actually, have the highest number of people living in the U.S. who have overstayed their visas, according to a report, from the U.S. government. What do you think about this?
That is quite unfortunate that some people want to cut the line or break the law. Uh, I always advocate that people follow the procedure, follow the rules. What I make sure that I do is that I ensure that my clients are guided um, to follow the law and be law abiding and the rule of law. As long as you're on that path, um, I believe you are fine. Nigerians overstaying as well. Also, we also have to look at the root causes of it and why people are emigrating to other Western countries, not only the United States, but also the United Kingdom, and more increasingly recently Canada. The economy back home, I think maybe people want better opportunities and things like that. But that is not an excuse for you to break the law of your country of choice that you want to go to. You should ensure
Right.
that you emigrate by following the due process and following the regulations.
Mr. Sotinwa, it's been a real pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for joining us on the program today.
Thank you for having me.